Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. I'm joined now by Miss Jessica Barraclough with United Way. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
The Chiefs won last night.
I
You
know,
feeling
right?
good?
It's hard to not be happy.
It's hard to not be happy on a Monday morning like this. I mean, Monday morning, sometimes we think it's synonymous with sadness, but hey, you know, Chiefs are won, so we're excited. And I know that you guys also have a new program going on at United Way that is called GROW, right?
Yes,
so tell me, what does this stand for? I'm assuming it's an acronym, right?
Yes. So we are so excited to bring one more program to help elevate our nonprofit partners in the community. It's called GROW. So Growing Resilient Organizations with United Way is what that stands for. And really it's about coming alongside our nonprofit partners to help them build capacity through volunteerism. So we help support those agencies by bringing in volunteers to help support the work that they do. And the GROW program is really specifically about helping connect resources to families and individuals in need. And so it's kind of like a human version of 211. If somebody doesn't exactly know where to go to get a resource in town, whatever that might be, they can meet with a community navigator, and that navigator will help walk them through filling out forms, figuring out all the things they might need so that when they get to that agency for the intake process to actually qualify, hopefully they're met with a yes or a win versus having to start over. So
okay, and so it's essentially these community navigators are providing these people with the resources or kind of getting them started to where they need to go, essentially pointing them in the right direction. So how do I become a community navigator?
Well, we are really excited. We're going to be opening up our community volunteer recruitment process here within the next couple of weeks. But we'll have a post on topecavolunteers.org, and it'll be listed as a community navigator as a part of United Way of Kaw Valley. And there is a training process, right? So it's not sort of sign up and go, right? Mm-hmm. But you'll sign up. There'll be an interview process, but then there'll be a pretty in-depth training program so that folks feel confident when they're meeting and having conversations with folks. But look for that, again, on topecavolunteers.org. That's where we're going to funnel folks to sign up to volunteer out in the community. We're also doing a lot of outreach, too, connecting with businesses, our church partners, and some of our early retiree groups in the community, just to kind of look at ways that we might be able to connect with people who might be interested in serving in this capacity. And it's not like I have to serve 40 hours a week, right? We're really kind of looking at, maybe you want to serve just one day a month, right? And we'll get you signed up to serve with one of our partners one day a month, and maybe that turns into more days, but it doesn't have to.
So it's a kind of work as you go and see kind of what works for you type thing as well? Okay, great. So there's really no guidelines to be a community navigator. Anyone could be it. You just need to, of course, there is that extensive process of, training and all of that they need to go through, but any organization in the community can go through that process?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't necessarily require like a counseling degree or social work or case management. Obviously we want folks to sign up that have the ability to have a conversation with just about anybody, a little empathy, willing to listen. I mean, those are the big things. A lot of times when folks are in need, really what they want is just somebody to sit and listen.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of what our community navigators do is just sit and listen. They might come in for one thing, maybe they're needing help with rent and utilities, and then in that conversation we learn so much more and can connect them to some of those other resources that might help them along the way as well.
I feel like sometimes people come to you all with what they think is their problem, and then once you get to talking, you really get to the root of an issue, and it turns out to be something completely different than what they initially approached you with, right? With an initial problem. I think it can get a lot deeper.
Right. I mean, and the idea with the community navigators is about referring folks to the agencies that already exist. I mean, we're not necessarily developing new programs, right? These folks are integrating into our community and having conversations and referring people to the experts, right? So if they're looking for food, we're going to try to find a pantry or a program that's next to where they live too, so it doesn't require a lot of transportation, because sometimes transportation can be a challenge as well. So.
And it's not only getting them set up with those, but what I'm hearing is a convenience factor too from you guys. I mean, you can't give them, you know, an organization that's across town that they can't even get to. So it makes total sense.
Yes.
And just really quickly go over, you said we can find it on your website, correct, here in the next coming weeks?
Yes.
For that, if we want to apply to be a community navigator?
If you're interested in volunteering, TopekaVolunteers.org is where those volunteer opportunities will be listed. And if you're interested in maybe connecting with a community navigator, we have navigators currently at 3 locations: the East Topeka Senior Center, the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library, and Fellowship Highcrest. Those are the active locations. We're also working with Vallejo. They're going to be the next site that opens up for us here pretty quick. So we're really excited. That program is going to continue to grow as the need tells us that it needs to grow. And you know, we just want to help people find the resources they need so that they can be successful.
It sounds like you guys really chose the right name too. I heard you say GROW a few times there, and it seems like it's a fitting name, so that's perfect. Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for coming on today to speak about that. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And coming up, we have Daisy Karimi with Mosaic Partner Pairs. Stay with us. You're watching Fox 43 AM Live this morning.